afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Welcome to my tutorial for today. I still remain your friend, the needle woman. How are you doing? And how is the weather? Okay, so today you'll be joining me as I make this flare dress with a front zipper. It's actually not difficult, but I just saw it and I liked it and I wanted to replicate it. Okay, so quickly we'll get started. And as usual, for the lower part, I mean the flare part, I'll be cutting it on the floor. Please indulge me. But if you are angered by my always cutting my flare on the floor, I apologize. Sorry about that. Okay, but you'll keep seeing it because I don't have enough space. Alright, so the upper part is a bustier and I'll be using a princess bustier for it. Okay, quickly I'll cut the front, and then for the sleeve I'm going to make a tutorial on a pattern paper, on a paper for the sleeve. Okay, before I now transfer it to the fabric. All right, reason is because most times when I cut my sleeve I don't do that, I don't explain it properly. So today I want to explain it. Maybe I will detach it and make it a separate video for future reference purpose. So I'll be cutting the center front first of all. I folded my fabric into two. I will take my shoulder measurement. You fold it as wide as your shoulder measurement. I measure my half length, 16 inches, but I have here 18, including the English mouth. Okay, it's 18 including the English mouth. Okay, I'll also take the shoulder to bust measurement, the under bust. Shoulder to bust measurement is 11 inches. I'll add half an inch. Okay, the half an inch is because of the joining at the shoulder, and then the under bust is 14 inches. I also add half an inch. Okay, now for my shoulder measurement is 8 inches. That is divided into 2. 16 actually, divided into 2 is 8 inches. Next will be to measure my bust span. That is the distance from one nipple to the other. Okay, for this I'll be using 4 1/4. Quarter is my sewing allowance. The actual bust span is 4 inches, but I'm taking 4 1/4. I will take it all the way down. 4 1/4. Alright, so now having done that, I'll come to this shoulder, come down by 1 inch, and then here 3 inches. This is standard for shoulder sleeve. I'll take my shoulder sleeve. Oh, sorry guys, I forgot something. I'll be using, remember the style we are working with has an opening at the front, or a slit, a zip at the front, starting from up to down. So I have to impute that as well, but not to worry. Okay, we are still on track. From here I'll take 2 1/2 inches. You can even use 2. Okay, I'll find a way to connect this point to this point. I hope you get. I'll find a way like so. I just discovered I was working on the right side of the fabric. Like this. Okay, so now we have it. And then for neck width, 3 inches. Neck volume 4 inches. Okay, if you have your curve, better. All right, now for the zipper allowance, I'm going to be putting 1.5 inches. I will need to fold. You see, this folded side is the center point. Okay, so I'm going to be folding again to the tune of 1.5 inches. All right, so now we have it. I hope you get that. So now this is the actual measurement here. I hope you get that. And this is the zipper allowance. So quickly I will cut this. Open it up. And also notch this shoulder to bust and under bust. Alright, I think I'll remove this completely. Okay, so now we'll quickly cut the side. Okay, so for the side, the side to the front, okay, we are still on the busting. You know how we do it. I'm going to be placing my fabric like this, making sure I have like 2.5 to 3 inches towards this unfolded side. Most times I consider the bust size of the person I'm working for. Okay, having placed it like so, I'm going to trace out the center front, the shape. I'll measure my armhole, 16, that is, I added 1/2 inch for joining here. Okay, then I'll mark shoulder to bust, under bust. Next will be to measure out 2.5, 2.25. I'll use quarter because the bust I'm working with is 36, so I'll use quarter. In fact, even 2 is okay because I'll end up blending here until it gets to 2. Okay, so 2.25. Connect it to this under bust, and then from the shoulder. You make sure there are no pointed edges. Okay. Next will be to take the measurement. The bust is 36. Remember, it's this way. 36. That is here. I'll add 1.5 inches. Even if I don't add, there is no problem. Because of the bulge that will come out here, it covers for even the allowance. Waist is 29 inches. Which is here. I'll add 2.5 inches. Okay. So now I will cut. So I'll cut it out. Okay, so this is it. I'll quickly go over to the back. Right, so for the back I've folded, there is no zipper allowance because of the zip that is at the front. Okay, I place my shoulder measurement, 3 inches for shoulder slope, 1 inch here, also for shoulder slope. And then armhole is 8.5. Okay. Alright. Bust measurement is here. Allowance of 2.5 inches. I'll put 3 because I want to put princess dart at the back. Waist measurement is here, same as in bust. Okay, now I'm going to put my bust span measurement, that is 4. I'll add 1/2 inch, 4 1/4. I'll measure it all the way down. Okay, I'll come down by 3 inches from the shoulder. This is not standard, you can even go higher than this. So I'll find a way to connect this to the shoulder like this. Okay, for this 4.5 you can go as high as 8 inches from here. Okay, it can be 7, it depends. Of course, you know I'm going to reduce this because my half length is 16 like I explained in the front, but we have 18 inches here. Okay, by the time I'm done joining them at the shoulder, I will take away what is left here. This is to avoid any form of shortage. Okay, so now I'll find a way to connect this to the armhole. Okay, like this. So it's now 2.5. Okay, you can even come higher than this. Okay, now if you stop here when you are joining, you will run shortage of fabric at this point. So it's always advisable to extend this point by 1 inch like this. Then you create a new armhole. I hope you understood this. You create a new armhole. You can always adjust, okay, and trim off the excesses that you don't want. Then for the neck volume for the front, 2 inches. The neck width is 3, just exactly what we have at the front. So now we'll cut. So I'm now cutting on the new armhole. Okay. Alright, so you have something like this, where this one is obviously longer, shooting out from the armhole. I hope you see it. Okay, so now we'll go to the sleeve. Like I said, I'll be doing it with a paper. So So as usual, I'm cutting the lower part on the floor. I'll cut the front first of all, so I have to fold this way. Alright. Next I'll measure, here's the, don't come here. Next I'll measure my waist measurement. Divided into 4 is 7.25. I'll just measure 8. Okay. And then the length of my dress is 30 inches. Yes. This is for the front. Oh, sorry, this is for the back. Okay, so with this now, I'm going to cut the back. For the back, sorry, the front, I have a zipper allowance of 1.5 inches. So I'll also cut this one out. Now we transfer our pattern to our fabric. I'll just give like 1/2 inch allowance. Okay, so this is one sleeve, and I'll cut another one to make it 2. Alright, so after which I'll cut the lining. The lower part is going to be a full lining, so I'm going to cut the lining for all of them, and also cut the wooden. Okay, so this is how the wooden is going to look like, okay, for the center front. Remember, this is our zipper allowance, okay, this way, and then this one this way. Okay, I hope you see that. Alright, this is for the front, and then for the 2 sides, don't mind me, I can mice for Africa. For the 2 sides, it's going to be this way. Like this, okay? So I'm going to use my iron. There is a shiny side to the wooden, okay? That is the side you place to the fabric, so that when your iron touches it, it glues to the fabric. I'm going to use my iron to do that. And then for the lining, I'm cutting exactly what you have here, okay? Okay, so I've lined the back. First you join the pieces of fabric together, then you join the lining together separate. Hope you see it. Then you use it and line. And this is the front. Hope you see it. We still have our zipper allowance here. Okay. Same as the back. You join the fabric separate, you join the lining separate before you line. Okay. This is the 2. And then I also lined the lower part of the dress. This is actually simple. This is the zipper side. The side I lined. The other side I didn't. I hope you see it. I folded this one inwards, but this one I left it like this. Okay. Next thing I will do will be to join the upper and the lower part together. So I'm going to join. There's going to be pockets. So measure 2 inches or 2.5 inches from here down and mark. That is where the pocket will start from. There we go. Okay, let me use 3 inches. And the pocket should be about, I'll use 6.5 inches. Normally I use 7, but I want to use 6.5. Okay. Three, 6.5. So when joining this side, I will sew from here, stop here, then continue from here down to the hemline. Okay. So now I'll go to the machine, attach the front to the front like this. Upper front and lower front. This way. I will attach this one, upper front and lower front. I'll attach upper back and lower back as well before we now join them. Okay, my people, I've joined them at the 2 sides using the body measurement. I've also attached the pocket. I explained already how to attach the pocket. Like you have your fabric this way, you just put your hand and trace. Making sure you have up to 10 inches here. That's for me, that's what works for me. You make sure you have up to 10 inches from here and here, where your hand will pass through. Okay? You cut. That's just it. Mama now. So now what is left is to attach the sleeve. I will attach the sleeve like this, and then fix the zipper. Okay, already I fixed the zipper one side using my pin. I just used pin to hold it. So I'll turn to the other side like this and use pin to hold as well. Okay, I'll be sure not to use more than what I made available for the zip. Okay, so I'll use pin and hold it also towards this side. Okay, now as you can see, I've heavily held it down with pin. So I'll go to the machine and just sew this way. I'll sew on top. Do the same at the other side. Then for this remaining part of the this upper part, I'm going to, oh God, sorry about that, please. I'm going to use hem gum to just hold it down. Alright, so here we are at the end of the tutorial. Okay. For this upper part, like I said, I'm going to use hem gum to hold it. Let me open it so that you see how I did it. I'll use hem gum to hold it. Okay. Thank you very much for watching till the end. I really appreciate your time. And if you are new, please don't forget to subscribe and also help us share our videos. We also appreciate your comments in the comment section. Till we get to meet again, stay safe, take care of yourself, and be nice to people around you. Bye. Okay, my people, as you can see, I had to change the zipper here because the black one I used was longer than necessary, so it didn't give me what I needed.